Well, this is the first part of our series. I'm a real estate broker and attorney, and we're going to ask today, should you sell with Zillow? We're going to go to Zillow's website and analyze what I counted as 3 potential selling models. I am going to review the different models of Zillow, Redfin, HomeBay, Realtor.com, and ONREX. And then I'm going to talk about the discount models, flat fee models. It's just going to be a selling series comparing models. I'm not going to try to draw too many conclusions because, really this is about what you need. There's an informational series. I think I can do better, but I'm not going to be pushing any of that today. Now, I have created, now, obviously, if I was good with a spreadsheet, I would be going and creating a spreadsheet, but I am not. But I figure I got at least a few days to learn while I go over all these models. So right now, I anticipate sharing this document in a much nicer form with people. But so I go through each model of each company and each website. This is the outline that I'm going to go through, and I'm going to try to make it more clear as we go through. But that's interesting. But you can see it's already like, why is that A indented when I just wanted it to be an A like the rest of them? Well, we'll worry about that later. Okay, so let's pull up Zillow, and we'll go to the selling. Well, you know what? I can't. Zillow knows who I am, so I got to go like incognito mode. And now I'll go to Zillow. I have searched on Zillow and other videos, and I know when I was looking for a home with my wife last year, I was comparing what was on Zillow and everywhere else, like everyone else does, even though I also have access to MLS data. So let's go to sell. Now, okay, so this is the first thing that Zillow shows us, so I'm going to go over that first, I suppose. So let's see how it works. Zillow will make. Okay, yeah. Well, this is. I did it. They have the Fizbo, the for sale by owner model. They have a work with an agent model where Zillow refers you to a real estate agent, and they have introducing Zillow offers in some areas. Zillow will make an offer on your home. It's sort of a fast sale method, I believe. I've read up on it. I know that they are trying to come up to speed. They're not. None of these people, I guess, on the remote. There's a lot of companies, Open Door. There's different names, and basically they're all over Arizona. One of my agents who worked with me for a long time, moved back to Arizona to flip homes. I talk to him all the time. His name is Phil. You're going to see him in some of these videos. Phil, when he was selling one of his homes, he brought in all the different companies and their models who make offers on their homes to see what they were going to offer. And a lot of them were sort of playing games. They were giving them a low value on the house, and they're saying they were trying to buy 10% under and things like that. So he wasn't really interested in that. Those types of models might work for people who they know their home is a mess. They don't want to take on liability. They don't really understand as-is contracts. So they're just like, sell it to an investor, sell it fast, sell it to these guys. We'll just see what Zillow has to say about it. And they're saying you can skip the home prep. But still, when I sold my car to a car dealership, I thought it was smart to clean my car, organize the trunk, make it look like I cared for the car as best I could. It was a convertible and the top was ripped. But I made everything else look nice. I armor rolled the tires and everything like a week before. And I tried to make it look better. And I know I got a lot more home for the money. So when you're selling your home, whether it's on a fast sale, if you can, and if it's worth a few $1,000s to you, you should still declutter. You should still try to fix it up. I'm not saying spend money on it, but human beings cannot help but take in their first impression, even professionals. I know I judge homes when I walk in based on that walk up, based on that first thing you feel when you walk in. You walk in the front door, how open it is. You know what sort of condition, how old the tiles of the carpet are. You that just stuff just happens. With retail buyers even more so, professionals maybe less. So they will let you pick your date. They'll pick support. Selling's never been easier. They tell you about the home. You get an offer. They take the next steps. Now, their offers, I've looked through this in the past, and it seems to change, but it was only about a month ago. Their offers are conditioned upon their coming out to inspecting your home, if that's how they're still doing it. And you can okay, so this is really the big thing. Not really. Is this like a for sale by owner transaction? Not really. A Fizbo home may be listed publicly and often requires home prep staging. Showings Fizbo homes are typically purchased by traditional buyers who may or may not be represented by an agent and who may or may not experience financing issues. If you sell to Home Zillow, no prep or showings are required, and your cash sale is certain on the closing date you choose. Now, it's a business. They still know that they're probably going to use an agent to sell on the other end, or one of their people. There will be expenses. They may pay buyer agent fees. They need a cushion because they don't want to lose money on your home. It came out in the article recently. Well, I guess we'll go more in depth in this. Well, I've done some videos on it. That a few different companies were doing this. Some of the companies, when the market rolled over the fall, just dumped all their homes. Others held through it and therefore were able to have a profit. Some people got hammered. I think Zillow was one of the ones that held through it. So there are risks when they're taking on that many homes. So they like to buy with a cushion. Now, but we're going to go fill this in. Let's see if I can get to, I'm going to come back to Zillow. So I'm going to minimize this. And let's go to my untitled document. We'll come down here. And this is the selling model they'll buy from you. So do they have competitors? Yeah. You've got, if you were to type in your home for fast sale on the internet, there will be, let's say Google. You go to fast sell on Google or sell my home fast. You're going to see different. So how this works is like, we buy houses. We buy ugly houses. We buy homes fast. There's some national URLs that rent. Well, there's all different models, but they pay big money for the pay-per-click. It can be $30 or $40. You click on it, and they say we'll prepare your offer. We'll come see your home within 48 hours. We'll prepare you an offer on the spot, or you'll get an offer within 3 days. There's all different models. Usually very professional buyers that will buy with slab cracks, buyers that will buy. Basically, in California, if you disclose all the issues of your home, you'll be insulated. The California contracts are as is, but sellers don't know that, or they don't even want to disclose stuff. And there are professional buyers that will waive those things. And what I would do before I'd get an offer from Zillow. I'd get an offer from the other ones. Like if you're in, Open Door, you're occasionally seeing ads for. If you're in Arizona, you're going to see a lot. I would get offers from 2 or 3 different companies. And I'd take these offers from these fast sale guys. Now, if you're in San Diego, there are other models. I'll do a fast sale model explanation and how I would optimize it. Let's just say that you can get your home sold from multiple offers in less than a weekend, and you can do it with we can do it as is. We can do it however you want to do it. And I just think you should take in all the offers, and you can analyze them yourself, have someone help you. Now, the one thing I would watch out for is some of these investors will compete with each other. Then they'll do the show. Then they'll take a look at the property inspection, come back and ask for a lower price. What I would say is do your inspections before, depending on your time frame, do your inspections before the final price. There will be no negotiating over $5,000, $10,000, $15,000 problems if you discover them. There'll be no lowering my price $10,000 or $15,000. And you might even say, look, if you're going to make this offer and then you want to do inspections later, you're going to have to walk away from $1,000 for my time or something, just to knock out the non-professionals. Now, is there a listing fee? No. Listing agent fee? No. A buyer's agent fee? No. Price and model. This is going to be 70 cents on the dollar, probably. all said and done, that's what the professionals do with fixer-up properties. Sometimes if it's a mess, it could be even lower. 60 cents on the dollar, the retail dollar, what the home would be worth if it wasn't a mess. What the home would be worth if it showed well or reasonably and you used a realtor. They're trying to buy so they can put money in and still pay transaction costs and realtor fees and still make, well, for instance, on a $700,000 home, when I was selling homes that needed work for estates and probates, or when I do, some of the professional investors will even show their models in the spreadsheets. And so like in a $800,000 home, they were showing $70,000, $80,000 profit. So in the end, after all their costs, they want to net like 10%, but they usually do better in a good market. Time frame, this is probably a week or more, because they need to have people come out and show. Anticipated results, you'll probably get your home sold if Zillow's in your market. They don't care about the showings, and I don't see any chance of getting a discount by having a professional refer you to this Zillow program. All right, so that's the Zillow for sale by model program rundown. Let's go to the next one. Let's go back. Let's go back and look at the other model. So can we go back a page? No, what happened there? Here it is. I want to go back. Here we go. So now let's look at the sell it yourself model. Now I really like this model. Now, we're going to go more into depth in the for sale by owner if you're selling on your own. I've done it in other videos. But you can type in your street address. The model goes up on Zillow. You have coming soon. I think if you're a real estate agent, you can use coming soon. I think on your own, you can spread the word about your upcoming for sale by listing. So you can do that. So I think that's awesome. Now you could do that before you even hired an agent. Now, I would, they also have a make me move. People put in the price of their home. They're usually like 10% over the market at least. You know what? Let's just do it. So we'll just pick I feel like picking an old address. Let's see. What was my address in Bressie that's a rental? Well, okay, I think we're going to have to do this in another instructional video, but the point is that you go to Zillow, you put in for sale by owner. Now, Zillow is going to be selling your home or marketing your home when people click in all types of listings. Here, let me just, if you buy, this is where it will show up. Now, let's pick, just show you what it looks like. Potential listings, let's just take it off. So these are the for sale by owner done. So I want to go back to Poway. I wonder if there are no Fizbos in Poway. Here we go. Here we go. So this is a for sale by owner. Now, they've gotten 769 views. They've done a good job about the schools. Near Arboleta Swim and Tennis Club, which is nice. No Melrose. I mean, this person's hitting a lot of the things a homeowner should do. Now, sometimes there's a trend towards saying, putting things in here. I think on Zillow, they ask you to talk about why you love the property, but I guess it's not. Zillow's always changing stuff, so I'm not sure. Now, what I've been told, talking to for sale by owners who posted here, as a real estate agent, I put my properties up on Zillow sometimes, even if we don't go up on the MLS, but I have a different portal, so I have not been a Fizbo. But you see these people here. Now, when a buyer wants more information, I don't think that sheet goes to the buyer. I think it goes to one of these agents. These agents are then going to call you up and ask you if you are cooperating or if you're paying a buyer's agent fee. And they'll tell you, well, why not pay 2.5 or 3%? You'll get your home sold. And if your model is put it up on Zillow, put it up on Craigslist, that might be pretty interesting to you. And you could sell. Oh, good. So there's the person's name if you want to talk to them, and you might be able to sell it this way. Now, we're going to get into this in some of the other models where people up on the MLS, but like at Rex, I believe it was Rex or Home Bay. We'll have to go see. I think it was Rex. No, well, I don't want to say. One of those said you want to price 4% below fair market value to bring in multiple offers. That's what their data says. Well, that's what almost every realtor does. Not 4%, but there's a guy in the net. He's at Systems by Saturday or Home Selling Systems. He talks about how when he wants to sell a home fast, he's a flipper. He buys them, he fixes them up. He likes to market at 3% under so he can sell them. I think his videos sell any home in 7 or 10 days. I found the same thing. If you want to get multiple offers, do some marketing, have a big open house, start your home at a little under the market, market it well, more than just Zillow, and you should have offers if you do it right. I have videos like that out there already. Now, I would actually start off a little lower than that. Make sure I'm below this estimate and everywhere else, and just say this is a starting bid. We're having an auction this weekend. The strongest buyer, the highest bidder, however you want to word it. I like strongest buyer because that gives you a choice to pick someone who might be all cash, especially if you're buying another house and can close in 17 days or 14 days. Strongest buyer will have the exclusive right to negotiate with you, but the second and third should be happy too, because if it doesn't work out with the first one, you'll call them on Tuesday. But you can get your home sold that way. I think it's a great way to do it before hiring a real estate agent. Give it a shot. You're going to get your property all set up probably. You might consider paint and carpet. You might declutter. You're going to do some of the work. You're going to do some of the marketing. Maybe you'll get rewarded and not have to pay 6% fees. Now, and this could be especially viable if you know above you there are 3 or 4 other homes that are superior to yours. So you're like, if I get somewhere from here to there and I save 6%, I am netting 5% more than I would with an agent or whatever it is. I'm sorry, I'm getting thirsty. So if I'm going to have lots more videos on this. If you'd like to set up a strategy session, I'm going to have a chance for you to go to, if you go to winnerscheck.com. Right now it's about solar homes, but we're going to do winnerscheck.com for all of these things, and there'll be videos where you're going to be able to opt in and get more information on the exact home models you're interested in. I'm not there yet, so right now, you can just wait for the videos in this series to come out, but soon I'll put them all together and I'll wrap it up. So finally, let's go to the final Zillow model, which is, I don't even think I need to go into it. They will refer you to an agent. I once paid for Zillow listing leads like 5-10 years ago, probably between 5 and 10, and for I don't know, it's a crazy amount of money a month. I got like 15 leads, and they were usually rubbish in terms of in terms of people being ready to sell. So I was wearing out like $150 a lead. There are realtors who are going to pay for those leads. They're going to call you up, and they're going to talk about how great they are at selling homes, and some of them probably are. They probably say, you look on Zillow, I've got 16 homes. You'd say, well, how many have you sold in my area, or how many have you sold actually? What's your selling model? Interviewing agents. I have a video out there already, 7 questions for a listing agent. The questions you have to ask a listing agent before they arrive at your home. So I'd say, hey, look, could you send me a list of the homes you've sold? Could you send me your marketing plan? Could you tell me how much you're going to offer buyer's agents and why? And I have a series of questions that I think you should always have the listing agent answer and email you before they come to your home, because there's trainers and experience. I mean, I've not paid a trainer to teach me how to do a listing appointment. In fact, I frequently like to just go with some pricing information that's written out so they can see it, and then I just consult. I talk. I ask what their goals are, their time frames. We talk, and then I've sold as a broker close to 200 homes, and over 150 of them were listings. So I like to talk to about all the options, and eventually people sense that I have experience and I know what I'm doing. The same thing can be done with scripts. You know, they're going to have objections like, why would you ask that question? Or don't you think this? Or I'm a professional. I don't, one of the ones is, what happens if why won't you discount your fee? And they used to say, well, lawyers don't discount, doctors don't discount. Why, I'm a lawyer and lawyers discount all the time. Especially, they bill at $3.75 an hour, but then they cut their bills any month. They will also discount on their hourly rates. They know. Insurance defense firms charge a heck of a lot less than, when they're working for a big company, gives them repeat business, than a smaller company. So, I mean, that's ridiculous. There are different pricing models. But they have all their objections, and they're good. And the guys who've got a lot of experience like me, they know, they read, they understand where you're going, and they know how to convince you to list with them right then, which is okay, but don't subject yourself to that until you've picked your top 3 people, and then subject yourself to it. I'll get a link to that listing video. So anyway, now let's go back to my sheet, because I realized I've forgotten. I haven't covered everything. So let's cover the Fizbo and this model. So in this model, it's your traditional model. Realtors are going to talk about pricing your home to sell. They're going to try to get it so that there's multiple offers on the first day. My issue with that model is buyers see the list price. They're like, well, that's what they said they wanted. I don't like to go that much higher than that. So the auction model might be the way to go. We'll talk about that in other videos. Some agents will have a pre-MLS weekend, pre-MLS marketing. I would ask them if you can save the 2 or 3%, 2.5%, 3%. They're going to offer to the listing agent if they can sell before they put it on the MLS. There can be some discounts. I would ask them how much they're offering the MLS. We already talked about competitors. Everyone's a competitor. Just about every real estate agent. You're going to have all different models. Some will sell for 1%. Some will tell 2.5 or 3. I suspect you're not going to get many discount realtors paying for Zillow leads, because the Zillow leads are, it's like $1,500 a month or something like that. You have to make up for that. The listing fee, and that's where some people charge either a closing fee or an opening fee. I don't think you're going to run into that too often. Listing agent commission. I'm going to change this word to commission. This is usually going to be the listing agents. They tell you that they're going to charge you 5 or 6%, and they share. Sometimes they like to go 4 and 2. I would make sure that it's in writing that they're going to offer at least half to the buyer's agent. So the buyer's fee. So you're looking at. I'm going to go COMMISSION. I'm going to go 2.5 to 3 here. We're going to go 2.5 to 3 here, 2.5 to 3 here. Pricing model, again, we covered that up there. Price your home for multi offers. You can improve upon that model a great deal. I will talk to with auction and with other things. I'll talk to you about that in other videos in this series. So once you sign up for the series, you'll get all the videos. Time frame. You could sell your home the first day you put it on the market. I would give it 7 to 10 days on the market. I would like to go through one weekend, sell it the next weekend, give time for the market, but you have to set that up because you're going to get multiple offers the first day if you price it to sell. So you have to work all that out. Anticipated results, price-wise, good to a little over your list price. Your net average, right? I mean, you're paying big money to a traditional agent at 5%. So at 5% or 6. Now, who is this model for? Homes that show well. Homes that don't show so well will get less money, but it's still going to work if you price it to sell. Now, issues which will hurt your loan chances: slab cracks, termites, which you can repair, but sometimes there's a problem if you're cash starved. Sometimes your agent has to front it. At times, they're still around, so I don't see why they wouldn't do it. 2 or 3 times, I have gotten termite companies to treat the property, and they get paid at close. It's only a major issue for them if there's a chance it's a short sale or foreclosure, and I still got them to do it in that day. So I think you can get around some of those issues, like if you're working with buyers who are getting the types of loans like VA loans, and the property has to be in certain condition. Sometimes the seller has to spend a little more money than they anticipated, but it still works well. It works well. And referral fees. Well, I think it would be, in this case, Zillow's acting like the referrer. So I don't think that I or your friend, your neighbor, could refer your, I've done this. I have relatives all over the country. They call me up and say, John, and I've shared with close family members, I've shared the referral fee 100%. They're like, can you refer me to someone around here? And I'm like, well, yeah. Do you have anyone in mind? Do you want me to do some research and find out who the best agents are there? And they usually opt the second, although they don't always listen. They sometimes go out and interview anyway, which is fine. Information is always good. So anyway, you pick a few, we'll send a few there. You can let the ones know that, you're going to be looking for a referral fee to your relative, your friend, a business, me, and the referral fees on a home that's going to sell quickly can be, as I said, the listing agent commission 2.5 to 3%. Traditional, absolutely zero argument, 30 to 33%. All the time, all day long. I've never had someone say no. The most exclusive brokerages in the country have granted me referral fees. They don't like the discount, but they love referral fees. They're trained to accept referral fees. The real estate trainers love referral fees. They don't want a discount. Like sometimes an agent will have 6 homes on a market, especially luxury agents. And if they discount here, it ruins their model. If you even price it lower than they want, it ruins their model. So they're very particular about sometimes where they want to stack their home stack and their discount stack. But they'll pay referral fees. In my experience, I've done this dozens of times. I've never had an agent say no to a referral fee from a buyer who's been educated, who knows, we're ready to go. The pricing, we understand pricing. We're looking for your advice, but we understand how it works. So you can go up to half their fee, and I suppose you could also negotiate if they double-side it for some of that, if you're agreeing to pay buyer's agents. Like, I don't always think you want to offer a buyer's agent commission. I'd go into that in other videos. So let's cover the Fizbo. None, right? Or you can pay for advice and help. You can pay an attorney to go through the paperwork with you, set it up. You can pay, let's say, variable. None to varies on the amount of work you want to do or have someone else do. Strike that. That's the wrong place. Copy. So this was none to variable. None to variable. Buyer's agent fee, none to 3%. Depending on what you agree to do, I would put my home on the market for a few weeks to a month before I agreed to pay that fee. But there's ways to also do that. Like you could have an auction weekend or offer weekend that I talk about in some of my training, and say, well, when you submit your offer, also submit a sheet for asking for your fee, and then you can rank it. And that way the buyer can have the fee paid, but you get to rank your net. I mean, that's what I would do. So that's why there's different pricing models. I much prefer the big auction weekend, big open weekend, rather than a listing price. But we've talked about that in other videos. Time frame. Well, you got to order the signs, I believe, because you want to have a big weekend. You want to probably declutter. So I think you can do it 10 days comfortably, although it can be faster. Anticipated results. I think it depends on how well you do it. Like if you are just saying, what the heck, I'll try it for a weekend or two. As I even put the results in once I was at Fizbo. I didn't get it done. I eventually hired an agent. This was over 10 years ago. The market was different then. It was just before the short sale market. I would say it's variable. It's up to you. It can be done. I would do it with help. I would do it. I have some for sale by owner information. I would do it with inexpensive but effective social media marketing. And as I said, I do that big open weekend where you accept offers on a Sunday evening. I talk about that more. But if you just have a really good open house, I'll go to it in further training. We'll have further training on that. The better it shows, the better. If you have issues that hurt your loan chances, you're selling to a pro buyer anyway. So this is really just a variation of selling to pro buyers or a cash buyer. You can market for a cash buyer, I think, on the internet. Maybe cash buyer, you disclose these are the issues I know, and you might do better than the Zillow or the cash buyer fee. Referral fee percentage, there's no listing fee, so this would be just like if I refer the buyer in, if you want to buy and you want to try to get a fee for it, I could share a buyer's fee with you, so could your agent if you're in a different area outside of California. I guess that's negotiable, right? All right, so that's Zillow. winnerscheck.com. We're going to have the whole series there. I will have links where you can watch the whole series. Right now, underneath this, I don't have them now, the series. This is the first video. I'm going to have a full-on wrap-up, too, at some point. So anyway, and I guess when I put the finishing touches on the spreadsheet, that should be a download somewhere, too. So thank you for watching with me. I look forward to the second video. I hope you do, too. I'll have some links in there so you can see all the models. Zillow, this is by far... it's the only one I know of that has all three models, so this is by far much longer than all the others. All right, thanks. Talk to you later. Bye.